Want to welcome in Los Angeles Rams Super Bowl champion running back Cam Akers to the Stack in the Box podcast. Cam, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I know you're working with Sleep Number right now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why you're working with them?
I'm working. To sleep better. Uh, that's probably the obvious answer, but it's not just me. It's the entire Rams organization that's partnered with them. Ever since I partnered with them, it's been them but night and day for me. I recover better, I sleep better, and my teammates they say the same thing. I use the dual temp to keep it hot and cold. Um, just everything about it helps me recover in the way that I need to and prepares me for the next day, whether it's practice or a game or whatever it may be. It's helped me a lot.
Speaking of recovery, you have one of the more miraculous recoveries I think people can remember in a long time. Last year in the summer, you tore your Achilles. Typically, you're out for the year. That's it. I mean, there really are very, very few instances of guys coming back. You came back before the end of the regular season, ended up playing into the Super Bowl, of course, winning the Super Bowl. What was the key to that recovery, and what were some of those moments like for you as you were going along?
Um, just having the right mindset was probably I think the main key to recovery, other than praying. Um, Praying and working. That was my remedy to recover or to recovering. Just praying and working. I'm having the right team around me, the training staff, coaches, teammates, family, of course. Just having a support system around me to get me through a time like that. I think that helped me a lot.
At what point did you say to yourself, now there's a real chance, like there's a real shot that I'm going to be back this season?
Um, I never told myself it wasn't a real chance. I always told myself it will come down to how I was feeling. When that time came, if I felt 100%, then I'll play. Uh, so God allowed me. God blessed. I'm blessed enough to I was blessed enough to be able to do that. So and be more grateful.
So you guys end up winning the Super Bowl in your own building. A great game against Cincinnati. I'm curious, what were you thinking as that game was going on? As you're in there, you're winning at first, and the game kind of gets away a little bit, and then all of a sudden you guys come back and of course win at the end.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts as that game is unfolding?
Just stay poised. Play our obviously play our, my thoughts. Play our game. Play my game. Um, and do whatever the team needs. Be there whenever they need me. Be there to make their play, whatever that play may be. Get that extra yard. That was my mindset in that time. So just
So
stand.
I got to ask you, you guys are trying to be the first repeat champion since the '04 Pats. It's been a while. It's been almost 20 years. Why do you think you guys can do it beyond just, hey, we're really talented?
We just got the right guys mentally. Obviously, like you said, beyond being talented, we got the right guys mentally. We got the right guys, leaders in the locker room. We got the right soldiers, foot soldiers as well. So I think just having that on the screws, above the neck mentality, that give us that edge that the other people, some people don't have.
Who's maybe one guy in the team who's a leader in the locker room that maybe doesn't get the credit outside the building from the media? Maybe isn't a huge national name, but is somebody who's a real important guy in the room.
Um, Somebody who's a real. I think everybody who's important got a real national. Got the big names or whatever you want to call it. So everybody important to a certain extent, but just people that speaking up. Everybody, every one of them. So it's the main guy.
What is it like to play football for Sean McVay?
It's great, man. Sean, a great play caller, great facilitator. Put his guys in position. He's very personable. So obviously, he wins.
Yeah. No doubt about that. I got to ask you, speaking of wins, this is a little bit of a change of pace, but you, of course, a proud Florida State Seminole before you
Yeah,
went over to the Rams. They played a pretty interesting game over the weekend. I'm assuming you watched it. Of course, for people who didn't watch it, they're up by 7. They give up a 99-yard touchdown drive to LSU, and then
yeah.
they block the extra point. What was that like for you as an alum watching that game?
Man, my anxiety was on 10. I felt like I was about to have a heart attack. I, I I knew we were gonna win, but after the touchdown, I kind of I had a little setback or a relapse of last year when I thought we were gonna win a few games, but my nose poured it out, man. They poured it out. Couldn't be more excited. They deserve it. It was a great game. We watched the same game I watched. It was a great game.
Did you think they were going to go for two at the end and just try to win it right there since they had gone the whole
That's why
distance?
I'm so scared. I thought they were gonna go for two instead of kicking it. I'm like, oh my god. They're trying to take the whole game. They don't want to go into overtime. They're trying to win. But it worked out in our favor, Nose win.
Knowles did win. What is your feeling about them this year? I know they're trying to kind of come back, turn a little bit of a corner. Obviously, it's a big win over LSU. And the conference in the ACC, it's you got Clemson. Clemson's a beast, but other than that, it's a fairly open conference. How do you feel about your Knowles this year?
Feel good about my Nose, man. We got Mike Norvell, great coach. He's done great things with the program. It's obviously you can see a clear difference in the way those guys are taking the field, the way they're playing. You see they're playing for each other. So I think they're gonna do great. They got the coach they want. We always had the players, so I think FSU is back.
Why did you go to FSU? I mean, you're from Mississippi. It's SEC country. Why FSU? What made you go to Tallahassee?
Just the situation. I knew they produce high picks in the draft. We know for sending people to the draft. They know for winning, traditionally. And Dalvin had just left, so I'm like, okay, why can't I go in and do what he did? That was a big reason. Dalvin had just left. He had laid the blueprint. I saw what he did. I saw the scheme. It was a perfect opportunity for me to come in and compete. Jumbo told he never promised me a starting job. Told me I could compete for it. I knew I could. It was the perfect situation for me.
All right, a few more here with Cam Akers of the Los Angeles Rams. Back to the NFL. I want to ask you. Okay, what is the loudest stadium you've ever played in?
Florida State.
Florida State. Or what about in the NFL?
I only played in a few stadiums with fans so far because I didn't.
That's true, right? With the pandemic,
I didn't get to I'll say the Packers. I guess they had a few fans. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. No, that's a good point though. With the pandemic, you're right. Like you really haven't had the opportunity to travel around. All right, what's your favorite? And I know again a little bit different because of COVID. But what's your favorite NFL city to visit? That you look forward to? You're like, man, I hope they're on the schedule this year.
I like anywhere it's not cold.
So not Buffalo.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, let's wrap on this. So you guys play the Bills to start the season, kicking it off Thursday night, unveiling the banner, the whole rest of it. Yeah. What do you think for you personally is going to be the big key to success for you? I mean, obviously, look, you got a lot of playmakers around you. What's going to make it a successful 2022 campaign for Cam Akers?
Just being me, being Cam Akers, being detailed, being on the screws, making sure that I'm putting myself in the best position personally to be successful, but beyond being personal or beyond my personal, just being a team player, success coming, units, especially in football, if one person successful, the next man will be successful, and it's like a trend. So we got successful guys on our team. So.
All right. Well, hey, Cam, working with Sleep Number. Thanks so much. I appreciate a few minutes here on the Stack in the Box podcast. Best of luck this year. Good luck on Thursday night.
I appreciate that.